Hi everybody, it's Rigo with Rigo Travels. Like my little hat, got big time hat hair, or big time whatever hair. Ah man, let me see if I can do this. Let's see what happens. Hold on. Nah, I'm not sure. But anyway, so on this traveling, I have gone to, it's been a whirlwind trip. Last Saturday, I left LA to drive to Pensacola because I wanted to clean out a storage unit. All right. I got to Pensacola on Monday night and spent Tuesday, Wednesday, and I got to Pensacola on Tuesday. I can't remember, but anyway. So I was down in Pensacola cleaning it out. As things with me, and I got feeling with everybody, but at least I can speak for myself. Things take so much longer than I anticipate, even at my age. I mean, gosh, I got a life of doing this, but things just take so much longer. I'd estimated that take 2 days to clean out that storage unit. It's a big 10 by 15, I think, a big one. You might see a picture of it in a video I have, but it didn't, and it took a lot longer. And so I worked on that. I spent 2 nights in hotels, and 2 nights on a boat. Then left. Today's Tuesday. Left about midday. I got through. I mean, I just figured I got to get out of there, so I didn't clean out. Still some stuff left in it. Got the truck loaded up. I left about noon on. No, I left about 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday. Then reached out to a buddy in Baton Rouge about crashing at his house on Sunday night. He wasn't available. So I drove up and went up on 49, and there's a rest area about 30 miles north of Lafayette. So crashed there. Then reached out to another buddy in Dallas, but crashed with them on Sunday night. They had family. So anyway, from Sunday night, I drove there to just west of Amarillo. That's where I stayed last night. And last night, when I was looking at the weather, I did 2 routes. One to Flagstaff, it was 600 miles from where I am. Another to LA, it was 1,000 miles. And saw that Flagstaff had a winter weather warning. Checked it, it said, I believe it's 6 to 8 feet of snow on Flagstaff. So, and it's windy. It's windy. Don't know the exact, it's windy. I'm saying 34, 20, 30. It's windy. But my Tundra's loaded down and it's sticking to the road. Of all the vehicles I've ever had, this is taking care of the wind the best. I have I don't think I've been in this windy of weather on my motorcycle, but I've been on some windy weather. That was brutal. Car, you get blown around, but here, I mean, this thing is loaded down, so it's good. But a negative of being loaded down is my MPGs. I have a 26-gallon tank that I'm still trying to figure out exactly how it all works. And by that I mean, like right now I'm looking at my range on my on the dash. It's saying I got 312 miles. I've been going to about under 100 miles, start looking for gas. So I just gassed up. I believe, I can't remember, I was gonna write it down. but how much I had. But I think I put in 15 gallons. I think that's right. So 26 gallon tank. So I had over 10 gallons left in my tank. My range said, my range said 80 miles. So I don't know if I was getting 8 miles a gallon. My MPGs were saying 14, 15, but on this, like on my accurate resets every time I fill up, on this I've got to do it manually, so I just reset it so I figure out what I'm getting. But my limit is this: Flagstaff 300 miles to the west, and they're getting winter weather. I just did the GPS, and I can cut south this side of Flagstaff, go to Phoenix, and go back over that way. Time wise, it's about the same. I just talked to a guy when I was gassing up. They had tags from Washington State, so said they were a long way home. Yeah, but they're going the way I am. So about 50 miles, 60 miles on the other side, on the east side of Albuquerque, going over a mountain, and the temperature was 32 degrees or 34 degrees. It was dropping, and there's sleet coming in the air. It was blowing pretty hard. So I got winter weather ahead of me. I'm going to go south. I'm going to decide, because right now I'm just leaning toward avoiding the winter weather for now, because I just want to get back. I want to sleep on my bed, rest up, and get to work. But there won't be nearly the excitement for the Travel Channel. But I'm thinking, I got some of my winter stuff. I can't find my hats. I bought that hat that I had on earlier. It's kind of a hat. Anyway, I can't find my hat. Back there I got my gloves. I got a winter hat. I don't know where it is back there. But like I said, my mind's thinking. So that's where I am. I mean, I'm about to head west. I'm going to see where I am, because I'm going to stop for gas in about an hour and a half from now, because I don't want to get super low on gas. I've got 5-gallon gas jugs that I left in the storage unit for this very reason. But yeah, with storage unit, after working on it, I was just ready to get out. I think I worked on 4.5 days, 3.5 days, and I was just done with it in my mind, so I had to just go. All right, so let me get out of here. At least it's warm. The temperature's saying right now 50 degrees. It feels like colder, but that's because of the wind. And I'll fill you in on what I end up doing. All right, talk to you later. Bye. I wanted to record this while I'm thinking about it. AI. Here has been my experience. The last night or today, it's last night, I'm listening to books on Audible. Okay, books on tape. I used to listen to books on tape a lot when I traveled. I'm doing it now. There was a book on a topic I was interested in. I'm very interested in, so I got it. It was free with my membership, and it's led off by saying that it was read by AI. I figured, hey, I'd give it a shot. After a little while, hour or two, I just decided it just wasn't worth it, because I cannot connect with AI reading. AI is monotonous. There's no inflection. I mean, it just was yucky. So they wanted me to review it. The book, I'm sure the book was good, but I just couldn't connect. And this is where we're going. That we've got to change it somehow, because AI will never replace the connection that humans have. Like, for example, right now, I'm listening to another free book that came with my Audible membership, Treasure Island by Robert Louis, and it was a presentation. You've got different voices, different people, and the difference in the two experiences are night and day. The book I read last night, I listened to last night for a bit, was yucky because it was AI, just no connection. The book I'm reading now, it's a pleasure listening to it. It's fun. So, and then I got thinking, something that we do is kind of AI-ish. It's our cruise controls. I'm going up and down these little mountains and hills now, and if I got cruise control, I'm jerking because it cannot subtly adjust your speed. So last night I was looking at something on social media. Someone was joking around. I don't know if they were joking around, but they were saying someone asked them how many jobs are going to be left, or how many jobs are going to be left after AI takes jobs away in 10 years or so. And they were thinking, like, which the answer they were giving without saying it was none. That's wrong. There's a younger person. I am equating this to the internet. All right? Life before the internet, my early life with the internet, and now. The early life with internet, we had dial-up. And that was very good compared to what we had, but very bad compared to what we have now. And it's taken us 35 years to get here. So with AI, I'm thinking the same thing. My experiences with any type of customer service with AI is bad. And it's given me a bad taste in my mouth for what other company is using it. So somehow we got to get the message across to companies that they need to tap the brakes on turning everything over customer service to AI, because they're going to lose a lot of customers. They're going to lose a lot of customers by trying to have us customers forcing AI down our throats. Because I'm going to look for other options. That's my rant. Rigo rant. Talk to you later. Bye. Hi everybody. I am somewhere in Arizona, or actually the eastern side of Arizona on I-40. The GPS is telling me there is winter weather advisory on 40 on the other side of Flagstaff. It says there's a route going south to Phoenix. I've not been any snow yet, so I'm going to take the winter weather advisory Flagstaff, and I'll let you know what happens. Hi everybody, it's Rigo here with Rigo Travels. I have just stopped at the intersection where I turn left, I go to the south, and I avoid the winter weather, and if I go straight on I-40 West, there's a winter weather advisory on the interstate. I just talked to the people at the gas station. And they said it's just high winds, which is what I've been dealing with since Texas, and maybe some light snow flurries. I'm in a big old Tundra 4x4 that's heavy loaded, which, by the way, I've been trying to get my air shocks to work. I got a little air compressor back there, Moral of that story is probably need to get the air shocks pumped up before I load it. Anyway, that's just a thought, because it wasn't working too well. But anyway, I'm gonna head west my normal way, just gassed up, and just see how it goes. I might try to push it all the way to LA tonight. Just depends how I feel later on tonight. If I get sleepy, I will pull over and just take a nap. So there we go, Rigo Travels. One day I'm gonna show you something besides inside of my truck. All right, talk to you later, bye. Hey everybody, it's Rigo with Rigo Travels. It's really a travel video, but it is something that I'm dealing with right now. In my little apartment here, I have a gas stove. It's right there, I'll show it to you. It's a Magic Chef. Excuse it, it's a little dirty from the spaghetti, but that's it. So my mother had a gas stove. She always had gas to cook with. So the past 2 nights I've tried cooking pizza. How hard can that be? I've cooked several. Pizza number 1, I went directly by what's on the box. 400 degrees, preheat, and cook 16 to 18 minutes. I did it, smelled something burning, and looked in it, and my pizza was toast. All right, so last night did pizza number 2. Back down to, can't remember if 350 or 300, and went down to 12 minutes. And it was still toast. So I got a different brand that said 400 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna put it down to 300 and check it at 10 minutes and let you know what I see. So I'll be back with you with the results. All right, and here's the result of the pizza at 350 degrees, 10 minutes. I don't know if it makes any difference, but I've been putting it on the top rack of the oven, so I don't know if it makes a difference to put it on the lower rack. That will, but it's gonna be a while before I can try it again. That's why I wrote it down, so I can adjust something. So I don't know if the darkness, the little burntness on the corner, but it's best so far. So that's it. Talk to you later, bye. All right, everybody, here we go. Hope you're doing well. It's June 6, 2026, and I am working on a video for Rigo Travels. The video is Season 3, Episode 5, and it discusses, it's on one of my trips back from Florida, and I'm not sure which one it was, but there's a couple things that I left open that I want to wrap up, and there are these. I was driving Interstate 40 and there was a weather warning, weather advisory on the other side of Flagstaff. My history, I kind of go through those things. I think back to when I brought my sailboat from Panama City to Florida, to Pensacola, during a small craft advisory. So anyway, but here's what really happened. When I got to Flagstaff, there were 2 snowplows already on the road. At least 2, maybe 3, but at least 2. And so they were ready and they were prepared. And and then as I got closer to Flagstaff, there was a wall of clouds from the ground up, very high. Winter weather. I could see it. So I kept going. There was snow accumulating on the side of the roads, but on the road it was just a slight snow sleet type event. And then as soon as I started going down the mountain, that stopped. And on that trip, actually, I drove all the way. On my second trip, I drove all the way. No, here's how it worked out. I'm not sure which trip, but I think on the first trip, I drove all the way into LA. I didn't stop. But what I ran into was where I live, if you get in late, the parking is hard to find, and that's what I ran into. It was hard to find parking. So on the second trip, I believe, On the second trip, I stopped about 100 miles from LA in a rest stop and spent the night there, and then got into LA mid-morning, and parking was a breeze. So that's closed loop number one. The second one is AI. I talked about that, and I was frustrated with AI at that point. My personal take on AI is this: I am using it as an archive and as a way to, as a research tool, basically, similar to R2D2 and C3PO. And that is how I see AI working. It is our assistant, our archive, our organizer, for us to be more effective, for us to have less friction. That's actually something I'm learning from working with it, is getting less friction, so more movement. So that's how I'm using it. For example, yesterday I wrote down several lessons I learned from working at Lowe's. I wrote them down, put it into ChatGPT, and it's now part of a field guide that is putting together. It's lessons that I've learned. It's my field guide that works for me, and things that I've dealt with in the past. And here's the interesting thing about what this has shown me is I have a history of working through a lot of things. So I have personal history doing it. So if I'm ever in a situation where I get stuck, I just have to look at my personal history to get through it, and then there's more to it. But so that is where I still believe that we are in the dial-up internet stage of AI. But I do believe that our future is going to be, not my future, because I'm probably not going to live that long, but 20, 30, 40 years from now, it could look potentially a lot different than today. But that is it. But we have to do it. We have to be stewards of how we do it. So that's it. The last thing I mentioned in this video about my air shocks on my truck and not being able to put them up. Well, here's the story of my air shocks. I didn't get a guide, user's guide to this truck, so I didn't know. And there is a compressor underneath my back seat. And at the time, I only thought it had one switch. And that one switch turned on a light on the compressor, but nothing else happened. Nothing else happened. So I can't remember when exactly. It had to happen when my truck was full and on my last trip. So I believe that because I had my seats out the back, I had all types of stuff in the back. And I'm on this side of Dallas, I believe. And I start hearing this buzz, this loud buzzing noise in my back seat. Buzz. So I pulled off saying, what is going on? Well, what had happened is I'd found the second switch to my air shocks. That compressor had two switches. Something in the back had shifted in such a way that it hit the second switch and therefore pumped up my rear shocks. So that's how I learned how to work my air shocks on my truck, is through something in the back of my back seat shifting, scaring the crap out of me, and that. So there we are. I tied up three things. Like I said, I told you about the trip from Phoenix where I stayed. I told you about AI. I mean, I use ChatGPT, and I probably use it every day right now. As I go forward, I might not use it as much, but it's a pretty incredible resource. And then the air shocks, another pretty incredible resource. So it's about to finish this up. I talk about my pizza learning curve. I've also got a homemade ice cream story. I'll talk about it now, and then talk about it next time maybe. But here in LA, they don't have Bluebell ice cream. I don't know if it's all of California, but in LA, we do not have Bluebell ice cream. That is a serious issue. So I do what I normally do. I reach out to companies, so I reached out to Bluebell, and they said that they don't do it just because they want to keep their product as fresh as can be. And they can graciously send me 4 half gallons of ice cream for $135. And I graciously fired back and told them that there are probably more people living in California from Texas than there are in Texas. So I think they should reconsider it, and I'll pass on that gracious offer. So what I did next was Google how to make homemade ice cream via Bluebell ice cream. And so I found that, I bought an electric ice cream machine. So I got to making ice cream. Never made it before. And decided to use that recipe, the ice, the rocks, everything. And so I got the ice cream, had some. When it was done, put what was left in the fridge. Next day I had a milkshake. And so that led me to discover that my refrigerator was having issues. This was before I went to Miami. I discovered that my freezer was 34 degrees, so my ice was melting, and my bottom part was over 50 degrees. And so before I left for Miami, I took out everything perishable, throw it away, notified my building manager. And so this week, they brought a new refrigerator by a company called Medea. And with how it set it, I needed the hinges on the left side. So the hinges were on the right side. And this was yesterday. So it got stuck in my head. This would not go. So I Googled how to reverse the doors, and I reversed the doors myself. It took me longer because, again, first time I'm doing it, but I did it done. But I had to move that refrigerator around a little bit, and here's what I discovered. Refrigerators today, compared to what we had in the 70s, there's no comparison. I mean, my mom had a yellowish refrigerator on Cummings Road, and that thing was a tank. And this thing, it was light. The glass was the shells, but that was it. Everything else was plastic. So anyway, my rant on that. But so I've got it. It's cooling. So today I tried ice cream again for the first time with a freezer. And so I put them in, and I didn't have any container first time I made ice cream. I didn't think it through. Well, I thought as much as I could, but I adapted. So I got some containers. I Googled why it wouldn't freeze, and people talked about ingredients, but for me it was basically the freezer wasn't getting cold enough. So anyway, success tonight. The only thing I have to Google is what do you do with, because I use egg yolks. So I'm gonna Google how do you dispose of egg whites, because I got them. I don't have a garbage disposal, so I don't know if I want to put them down my sink. So we'll see how I sort that out. So sorry for the rant. It's turned into an 11-minute video, but that's it for now. So back to the video, and this will be at the end. And got some pretty good stuff. I'm starting to show you some of LA coming up. And I was down in Miami, so I'm going to show you some things from Miami. So that's it. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you later. Bye.